Hi, I'm Tom. I'm the co-founder of Canonical AI. We're building Mixpanel for voice AI agents. We help voice AI developers analyze and debug their voice AI agents so they can improve them. First, a little bit about I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm going to walk you through how our product helps you debug your voice AI agents and helps you analyze your calls. Then after that, I'm going to walk through how you can integrate your voice AI agent in Vapi with our platform. If you're using Vapi to build a voice AI agent, I'm going to walk through different methods for sending your call recordings to our platform. Those methods will be directly integrating using the server URL, as well as using make and using code. So first, let me talk about a little bit more about our product. We take your calls and we figure out the stages that your calls go through for one of your agents. Um, and then for every call that your agent takes, we then map that call. So we for every conversation turn, we we determine the stage in that conversation turn. And then once we've determined all the stages for your call, then we can map out all your calls onto one big map that shows all the different stages for all your different calls. So this is an example. This is an agent I built on Vapi. It is a car dealership agent that has the job of scheduling appointments and scheduling callbacks with a technician. And what we see is that there are 6 calls total, and 5 of them were successful. And the first stage of the call was determining the call purpose. Um, that 4 of those calls went down the path of scheduling an appointment, that there was some drop off between appointment scheduling and confirming the appointment. So the caller hung up, something happened there. And that's a sort of example that you as a voice AI developer want to be able to dig in and see like, why wasn't this call completed? Was there a problem? Is there something I need to change with my prompt? Did something happen with my function call? Or excuse me, my tool call? That's the sort of thing that people use our platform for. We also provide a bunch of like audio and conversational metrics as well, things like latency, interruptions, that sort of thing. So now that I have that, let's get started with the integration. The first thing you're going to do is go over to our website and you're going to click on login, and you're going to authenticate as a new user just using the Google social authentication. And the first thing you're going to see is a setup screen like this. And on the setup screen, there'll be an API key. You're going to want to copy that API key and put it someplace safe. So now that you have the API key, I'm going to show you how to take one of your particular agents and to send the call recordings from that agent to our platform. Um, so in this case, what I've done here is I've clicked on my agent called patient 2, and I have pasted in this URL here, this URL into, oh, sorry, I went to patient 2, I clicked on advanced over here, then I scrolled down to messaging and went to the server URL, and I copied and pasted in this webhook. You can find this webhook also on our blog. I'll link to that as well. Um, and I'll show, as part of this post, I'll link to that and you'll be able to get it there as well. Then you'll need to post in your Canonical AI API key here. And then lastly, you'll just need to make sure that the server messages includes the end of call report. And then you hit publish in Vapi, and then that's it. Every new call that you get to that agent, the call recording will automatically get sent to our platform and automatically processed, and you'll get call maps and audio metrics and conversational metrics. That's the first method I wanted to show you. The downside of this method is that you can't use the server URL for anything else. So a lot of people are sending, data from Vapi to Make or to their own server, and with code or with Make, they're doing different things with the data stream from Vapi. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to use make, and there's two different ways that we've set this up. I'm going to walk you through this first one. The first one, you're going to create a workflow and make, or a scenario and make, that goes from custom webhook to router to HTTP requests. The first thing you do is you create a custom webhook. And then once you've created it, you copy the address to the clipboard, that you're copying that webhook address. Then you go back to Vapi and you paste in that webhook for the server URL. And again, you want to make sure that the end of call report is checked, because that's what we're going to send over to our server, to our platform. You don't need a secret URL or a server URL secret. We're going to handle that in make. So now that you've pasted in the webhook, we're going to go back to make, and you'll see I've added a router. And then after the router, I've added this step where I'm adding the HTTP request. So here are all the settings on the HTTP request. You just need the simple make a request option for HTTP object. You're going to paste in this API address. You can get this from our blog post too, so you don't have to try to type it in from the screenshot. You're going to set the method to post. You're going to add a header, so you have to check this box to add a header. It's actually a box in there, I think. Then you're going to add this is the name. Again, it's on our blog post. And then you're going to paste in your Canonical AI API key here. For the body type, you set it to raw. For the content type, you set it to JSON. And then you copy and paste from the blog post this content as the request content. And then you hit OK, and that'll work. So once you've done that, every time you get a new call to the agent that you've set this up for with the webhook, the data will get the recording URL will get sent to our platform and get processed. The next method I want to show you is also in make. This one is a little easier in that you don't have to put in as much content into the JSON request body. So again, you start with a webhook, and again, what you do with the webhook this time is you toggle this show advanced settings, and you set the JSON pass through to yes. Then once you've done that, you can then copy your make sure you copy this webhook address and go to and put that in Vapi, just like we did previously. Then you have your webhook, you add a router, and then you set up the HTTP request. This time you're going to use a different URL, where you're going to use our Vapi specific webhook. You're going to set the method to post. You're going to put in the header name and your Canonical AI API key here. And then for your request content, it's really simple this time. It's just curly bracket, curly brace, one dot value, curly brace. And that's it. Make sure you remember to turn on the scenario, and every call that now gets completed, when it's completed, Vapi will send out the end of call report, and that end of call report will get forwarded to our platform and get processed. There's one more way to do this, and that's with our programmatically. So in our docs, voice.canonical.chat/docs, you can find our API documentation and a Python example. We also have in our GitHub repo, which I linked to, so some sample Python code that's fully fleshed out that you could just point it to some URLs and upload the data that way. And then, so what we've covered here so far is four ways to send data. One with the direct server URL in Vapi. The other two ways of doing it in make. Then another way with code. And then once you've done that and you're sending calls to our platform, you'll see something like this. So you'll see your call map. And then if you click in on any of the call map stages, you'll see all the calls at that particular stage which ones were successful, and you can click on any of those calls and you can hear the recording, and you can also see the stage for each turn in the conversation, greeting, determining the customer's need, etc. And other audio metrics too, which are on the main dashboard. But that's it. Hope to hear from you. I love working with the Voice AI community. I especially love the Vapi community and everything that people are building on Vapi. Vapi is a great product. And thanks. Bye.